Chapter 1. How to Create Emotion. Area 1. You need to write a well-rounded character that the reader will identify with. Together, they should share those emotional responses and sentiments. Start from the beginning. Get them to care about your protagonist. Ideally, for the main characters, something about who they are or what they do must be unique or extraordinary. Maybe it's a talent or the way they speak. Just make sure that the audience sees them as distinct and unforgettable. Step 2. The character should barely have the ability to take on their quest throughout the story. You'll suspend believability from the reader if the characters are too strong, because no one would worry whether or not the protagonist can overcome their challenge. Overall, to get readers more emotionally invested in your novel, make clear A. What your character wants and hopes for. B. What is keeping him from getting it? C. And what horrible thing will happen if they don't get it? Area 2. Describing people, places, actions, and situations will strengthen a story. Telling the audience what happens weakens it. If the novel's show-don't-tell isn't strong, then the narrative won't be strong either. Writers who resort to telling his or her way through a scene take away from the immediacy, and therefore no emotional connection is made in the scene. Area 3. Your characters need to face obstacles and challenges if you want to create emotional impact. Put your character through physical and emotional trauma. The audience subconsciously learns as they read, therefore they want to learn how the character gets out of a tough situation. Be mindful that whatever your character goes through, the reader also goes through it as well. Let them wonder whether or not Billy can survive the battle against the ugly giant, who has one eye. Here is why. In our life, we have giants. Whichever way Billy overcomes his obstacle or giant may just teach your reader a way they can overcome theirs. This is definitely an opportunistic way of creating that emotional impact you need. Joy, sadness, excitement, empathy, hate. Characters who overcome obstacles and face hardship will automatically satisfy the reader's need for an emotional connection to the story. Situations, also known as scenes within the story, make for powerful moments, the kind that the reader remembers forever. Falling in love for the first time, lowering their head at their friend's funeral, losing everything they ever had, lying to a loved one, betraying their family, fear of never being happy. These scenarios all thrive on emotion. Think about your favorite movie or television show. No matter what genre it is, there is always a storyline with some kind of intense emotion. In turn, the viewer becomes involved with the main character the more the writer adds trials and tribulations. Now that you care about what happens next, the audience is automatically invested in the storyline, and they have a strong connection with the character. Don't be afraid to exploit those moments to the best of your ability. Use the following as an example. What if your main character tells a lie in order to save his mother's life, but without realizing it, he has killed his father by not telling the truth? Or how about the main character's child is killed in an accident, but really, the accident was a setup targeted for the main character? Or maybe your character has a chance to save someone's life by cutting their own life short. You could have come up with these 3 simple examples on your own, but the hard part would be you having to choose between the numerous ways on how to write them. Luckily, these examples could draw out lots of emotions to build around the narrative. There are clear dilemmas and tribulations to flesh out. Just remember to connect the scenes within the novel in order to keep the reader's emotions heavy. Area 4. No story goes without conflict. This concept generates emotions of all kinds and from every character. The diverse aspirations and beliefs of your protagonist and antagonist is one of the best ways to do this. Your story themes might also create emotion, no matter what the genre. It may stem from war, love, peace, or betrayal. Writing is about exploring human nature, motives, and behavior. People are social and emotional beings. We all get irritated or angry, and yes, even the toughest men have cried. Certain things may hurt us, while the same things will make someone else stronger. We may laugh at one thing, but our friend might not find it so funny. We've all been happy, scared, sad, and lonely, and every day we experience these emotions. When you're alive, there's no escaping them. Just so you know, your fictional world should be no different.